Hey, what's up everybody, FREE2PLAY here, and today for you another video of Black Clover Mobile. Inside this video, we're going to be talking about, will Black Clover Mobile be free to play? And how specific will they go for free to plays? Now, if you guys are interested in this or either want to contribute to the conversation, be sure to comment down below. And if you're always interested in my videos, of course, kick back, relax, and just enjoy the show, you guys. We're nearing 130 subscribers here. Our goal is 150 before we actually reach a month of this channel. So without further ado, let's get that happening, boys, and appreciate the help. So right off bat, guys, we're going to be talking about, of course, Black Clover Mobile and exactly how free to play it's going to be. Now, from everything that we've seen with this game so far, with just even the trailers here, we know for a fact that this game is going to be pretty awesome, right? We know that no matter what happens, it's probably going to be a dope game. They're putting a lot of, at least, focus into this game, and quite a lot. But the one thing that rings in people's heads is, will this game be free to play friendly? Now, I'm gonna just put this straight out on the plate. If you're playing a gacha game, expect money spenders to have somewhat of an up, right? But what I mean by free to play friendly here is we want something to make it somewhat fair to free to plays, or things to be accessible. Now, when it comes to, let's say, I'm actually gonna pause it right here. When it comes to just like cosmetics and gear and stuff, right? That's something that's accessible, right? But cosmetics is an example. So in Grand Cross, cosmetics, pretty much you can get them with gems, but certain cosmetics, not only you will be able to get them with gems, but some ones you can only buy with money right off bat, right? And cosmetics can be a really big game changer, especially when you want to summon for characters, you want to try and get other junk up, so those require those premium currencies. So you can't always get cosmetics with your premium currencies when you're trying to save for a different character or save for a banner. So what I'm hoping with this game is, if they do cosmetics, for example, with premium currency, is it's not that expensive. For Grand Cross, it's 30 diamonds a piece. Now, that may not sound like much to many, but for people who've played those type of games and know how much the gap is when it comes to not having cosmetics, it can get quite expensive, and the stats on the cosmetics themselves can quite make things a little bit more struggling for the player. So this is one thing that I hope that they kind of make a little bit free to play friendly. As for when it comes to straight up being a gacha game itself, it just depends on what happens. They can do a lot of things that can either help the free to play community or hurt it. Now, one other thing that I will mention is definitely banner rates. Now, if we go ahead and just go to all different types of games here, so let's go to, I don't know, let's just go ahead and look at what's a good game that we can just do. Let's go with Grand Cross rates, right? Let's look up some banner rates here. Now, for Grand Cross banner rates, they're not the worst, right? They can be way worse than that, right? But we see, of course, our rates being 4%, stuff like that, right? But for other games, we might have a little bit less. So we got 3% here, and then let's go to Dragon Ball rates and stuff like that. We're just gonna go into some comparing for rates, right? Rates are one of the few things that can truly change a game around, right? So we have our sparklings being 5%, kind of how these are at 3%, which is really low as well. And we have like extremes, such and such, yada yada, slowly getting a little bit higher when it comes to our rates. So for our sweet spot for rates, I would like to see at least a 4% overall rate, and just for getting a SSR, aka the top one that you can get, I would like to see something like that, because if we can get something like that, we may very well be in a good spot, because we don't want to have the sparklings being too like low. You don't want them way too high, or like just the rates in general to be way too high, because then it'll make things way too free to play, way too easy, and then the game could most likely die due to not getting that much money or much revenue at all. but you want it to at least be somewhat difficult to at least, you know, make people want to spend, make people actually want to buy your packs and stuff like that. So I think 4% as a base amount would be a good start. 3% is kind of too low for my favoring, but you kind of get used to it after a while of playing certain games, so it is what it is. But the dream is to have 4 to 5%. I think that would do good for the player base in general, as well as just people just trying to, like, you know, have their hands on at least a good game when it comes to rates and wise like that. And then lastly, but not least, one major part for free to plays that we have here. Now, we have always the people who are like, well, you bought materials to make your characters a little bit quicker. Let's make materials able to be gotten easier, like, or at least able to be farmed way more. We have so many examples for this, guys. So many freaking examples for this. It's outnumbering. But one that utterly sticks out in my mind is when you have materials to awaken characters way faster than others, right? Slime did this, where you just had a pack that would literally substitute as a dupe and dupe up your character. Or either you have packs where you're able to just straight up get a character up to a certain level, like level 90 or something like that. When Grand Cross showed that. Or you have a character where you can get just a pack that comes with an exclusive thing like the Super Chrono Crystal, right? Something like that that you can exchange to get more sparkling dupes for your characters in DB Legends. I want to make sure with this game, if we're going to make it a free-to-play type of game as well, that we at least have those things doled down, at least in the beginning. Definitely in the beginning of the game cycle, I would like that to be doled down. At least wait till the game gets a little bit in the middle of its life a little bit, or somewhat. Heck, it can be in the beginning of the game, just don't make it so abusive. Like, I know people know what I mean by that, because if we're having PvP and we're having all this other type of stuff, and it's gonna be like ranking type of deals, we want to make sure that it can be semi-fair. I know a lot of people can agree with that part. So that was all I really wanted to explain for the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, or if you had things that I may have not announced that you would like to see for free-to-plays to do, anything that they would like here in this game, be sure to tell me down below. I'll be looking at the comments as always. And without further ado, we're gonna close it out for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.